Public County 911, what is the emergency?
Man, shots being fired across the street from my house. I hear a lot of shots.
Mobile 911.
It was just a shooting. I was in the tube and I heard pop, 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 pop.
I got up and I heard the shots standing at my door right now. Somebody got shot. It's like 2 doors down there. You see them out there in the front yard. But you better hurry up and come over here.
Okay, we're going to get some help sent, okay?
All right.
I'll use the helicopter information for a signal 18-1 shot.
Just we'll put the call on the screen, please.
10-4.
You're right on the scene. Stand by.
10-4.
He was shot in the head.
Oh, God.
Homicide been notified.
Homicide in the wild.
10-4.
For homicide detectives, their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
Go ahead and grab that bag of marker.
'What's up? Oh, man, what's going on, man? Do y'all have a name on this guy? Red. Red.
"24-year-old Philip Glover Jr., known as Red, attended Mary G. Montgomery High School. The middle child of 10 brothers and sisters, he dreamed of being an engineer or a rapper, but recently got a job at a temp agency to save up for a house for his 3 young children.
Are those entry wounds to the back? And a gunshot wounds to the head?
Red was shot multiple times. He was shot in his back, in his chest and his arm, and in the back of his head.
Wow. Great. All those casings in the yard?
Yes, sir.
11.
9 millimeters.
Okay.
The female inside the house, it's her house, and the male in there, which is friend of the female.
According to responding officers, the homeowner and her roommate were on scene when police arrived.
We just left this location 30 minutes ago on another call. He's the detective on that call.
Oh, wow. What kind of call was that?
That's a property, first degree.
Police were called to the address 2 hours ago after the homeowner discovered that she was a victim of theft.
She has this little tin can that she said she kept $9,000 in.
Okay.
It's a safe, but it's one of those little cheap ones.
Yeah.
And you could tell someone pried it open. And when the officers got here...
He says when officers arrived, there was a silver sedan parked out front, and its occupants, Red and another man, were in the yard.
They searched the car because they smelled marijuana and found $6,210 up under the seat. No one claimed that, it was their money. So that was returned to her because it goes along with the $9,000 theft.
Detective Drame suspected the other man from the car, but lacked the evidence to charge him with the theft.
So I didn't arrest anybody, except he did go to jail for the marijuana, so he's on his way to Metro.
Okay.
The man was booked on marijuana possession. Red was left at the house.
He was sitting on the porch the whole time, but I never talked to him because he had nothing to do with the case. So I never even talked to him. So I don't even know who this guy is.
Gotcha. Do you think this is involved?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, I got you. All right. I'm going to try to get whoever was transported to jail on the marijuana before he gets out of jail. Y'all both live here? I'd really like to have y'all come to my office so I can talk with y'all, okay?
The homeowner and her roommate agree to talk at homicide. Then,
whoever was cutting grass down there, he said that he heard the gunshots. He turns over, he sees the shooter standing over the victim at this time, still firing rounds into him.
Did you get a good description?
The man, all he said was tall, slender, black male. He said that possible plats or twists, but he was unsure. He said that the suspect had gotten to the passenger side of a white Camaro and that the vehicle left going that way. He believes that the female and male witness in the house possibly saw it, like they heard the gunshots and opened the door to look, but he wasn't sure.
That's got a ring camera right
Yeah, I
there.
know. We're going to work on that.
Detective Jermaine Rogers will try to secure the video.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, so we got these two. Julius and I are going to go to the headquarters and start interviewing them. And we'll see where it goes. This girl lives at the residence. This guy over here does not live there, but apparently he's been staying there maybe for a short time.
Detectives start with the homeowner, whose money had been stolen.
All right, switch seats with me so I can use this table. Appreciate you. All right, my name's Nick. All right, and this is Julius right here, okay?
Gotcha.
So let's just start with your day today, okay? When you woke up, where were you at and what time did you wake up?
So, I got up at 10 o'clock for work. I work at Walmart. I went up under my bed to get my shoes, but I noticed that my safe is like been broken into, like it's smashed.
Okay.
So I'm like, my money missing.
How much we talking about?
$9,000.
Okay. When was the last time you knew $9,000 was at your house?
You could probably say Saturday, because I be at work at nights. And them the only two people that, you know.
She says she instantly suspected the man her roommate's been dating.
They have relations with each other.
Gotcha.
And he just took some money from him, like $550. So I called him, I'm like, he took my money, like, feel me? You had him in the house.
Okay.
So he said he in the car with me. So I was like, okay, bring him to the house now. Like, now. He shows up probably 11:30.
She says her roommate arrived in a silver sedan and came inside, but the man he's been seeing stayed in the car.
He told me to call the police, and I was like, no, I'm gonna call the police. Cause it's like, if you got it and it's on you right now, just get it up. I ain't even finna be mad. Just give him a back. But he called the police. I was mad as hell, so I went outside myself. He knocked out sleep. The man be on motors. And the boy Red was in the back. That was the tomboy. So I said, this ain't got nothing to do with you. I don't know you. Your boy took my money. You feel me? He was like, oh, real? That way you hit on me?
She says she was finally able to rouse the man.
The dude Red in the back. He was like, bro, go on get a girlfriend. Like, let's slow down. You feel me? He's like, hey, I ain't got your money.
She says the man denied stealing the money.
But they pulled up down the street.
And then the police arrived.
Okay.
They asked, can they search the car? They found the money up under the seat. Some of them, not all. Like 6,210.
Since the police couldn't prove that the man stole the money, he was only arrested for 10 grams of marijuana found near his seat.
The detectives came afterwards. He was like, we're going to give you, you know, what we found.
And the $6,210, believed to be part of her stolen $9,000, was returned to her.
What was Red doing?
He was sitting on the porch. He asked me, can he charge his phone? in house real bit. You know, it's like,
Okay.
go ahead.
When the police finally left, then what happened?
I was cameraman. See how much I need here.
She says she blamed her roommate for her missing money.
Like, hey, my money came up missing, but it don't matter. His folks, it don't matter who. It's you. I don't care. You gonna come up like you
Okay. Then what happened?
the shots fired. I opened the door. We saw the dude red. Like, I saw the blood.
Did you go back outside your house?
We was both at the door.
And was there any conversation between you as to who would have done this?
No.
Outside of the day, when would have been the last time that this dude Red would have been at your house?
Oh, I never seen him before.
So the first time he's ever been to your house was today.
Yeah.
And then, boom, this happens and he gets shot and killed. I mean, you're obviously pissed off because your money's missing. That's a lot of money to be missing. Okay. Did you call anybody upset telling them that your money was missing? I mean, because what we're trying to figure out, does this have something to do with your money being stolen from you?
I don't know what's going on. Feel me?
Let me ask you, I'll just ask you. Do you know anybody that drives a white Camaro?
He said that the suspect had gotten to the white Camaro.
No, I know somebody who drives a blue, not a blue, like a black Camaro. That's about it.
Gotcha.
All right, hang tight for us.
Somebody shot and killed the victim, and we have no idea why. At this point, we just believe that it's somehow got to be connected to what occurred at that house earlier.
Then,
more videos.
Detective Rogers sends doorbell camera footage recovered from the house next door to the crime scene.
Cars are what's activating the video, so just foot traffic is not going to activate video. That's the victim. By this time, police have already found money in the car.
She said the victim got out and went and sat on her porch.
There's the victim again, standing on the porch.
5 minutes later,
this camera doesn't show the car pull up, but at 1:15, right here.
That's Camaro.
The witness said he saw the suspect get out of the Camaro. Yeah. That silver car is still there. So, not long after that is when the shots are fired.
Camaro's speeding off. The Camaro activates the camera. So the murder is not on the video. The victim's on the ground right here. And the silver car is gone.
Who is that?
As the Camaro speeds off, the video shows someone running into the house.
The homeowner told us that they were inside the house when the shooting happened. All right, man. So I'm Nick, all right, and this is Julius.
Detectives turn to the homeowner's roommate.
Appreciate you being patient with us. How old are you?
21.
All right, so where have you been, like, sleeping lately?
But he got put out while I was scanning.
He says he was having problems with his family, so he's been staying with the homeowner.
For how long?
I want to say about 3 weeks soon.
Okay. And so how do you know?
Crapeau asks him how he knows the man who the homeowner accused of taking her money.
We was talking. And I said like a month, 2 months, going on 2 months.
All right. And I guess recently he took some money from you, asked you for some money?
Mm-hmm. A couple of days ago, we had got into it, so he snatched my phone from me. Then he had sent all my money to himself.
Like on Cash App or something?
Mm-hmm. $550. The reason I kept talking to him was because he kept saying that he still had it, he ain't do nothing with it.
I got you. What can you tell me about her money?
I didn't know he took the money until she called me today.
So when could he have got the money?
He came over there Sunday morning.
So yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Was she there?
No.
What time did you wake up this morning? What'd you do?
Around 8. He called me. He was at the extended stay. He told me to come over there and get him.
He says earlier this morning, the man he's dating said he needed a ride.
When I got to the Circle K, I had got my coworker called.
So he borrowed his coworker's silver sedan and picked him up.
All right. So you pick him up, then what?
I pulled off. When I was pulling off, the boy who's dead called him.
He said Red called the man, saying that he too needed a ride.
He said, go get him. So I went and got him. After that, he hit some type of money and he knocked him out. After that, his friend told me to drive to the apartments where his friend be at. He went in there. I sat there for like 10 minutes and then he told me to take him to his sister's house. I took him over there. The boy had came back to the car and I asked him and said what to, because I was just trying to leave. He said to the belt line.
He says for 2 hours he drove Red around town while the man he was dating was asleep in the front seat.
So while I'm driving, she called me. She said he stole my money. When we got to the house, I called the police.
Okay.
She asked them for her money.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, the police pulled up.
Okay. They found money in the car?
Mm-hmm.
Then what'd you do?
After that, I already knew how she feel. So I started picking up my still second week.
He says he decided he should move out.
And we heard the gunshots.
So you hear the gunshots, and then what?
And I saw the better land right there.
You see anything else? You see any people? Did you see any cars? All right, let's back up then. So, what happened to the car?
Crapeau asks him about the silver car that he borrowed from his coworker.
He came and got his car. He came in the house and got the keys. And that was it. He walked right back back.
He claims that his coworker left well before the shots were fired.
You got a good phone number for him?
I don't know about her.
You mind if I look in your phone? Who's this you're talking to? Who's Jordan?
He says Jordan is his relative.
Day you text him, come to the house. I'm on my way.
He was there while the police was there. The police watched him walk up.
What time did he leave?
Right when the detective stuff, he had left.
Gotcha. What kind of vehicle was he driving?
He don't have a car. He got dropped off out there.
Who did he get dropped off by?
He and Tim.
Did any other vehicles pull up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will say this, that there's video at a house, like next door, Ring camera. The Ring camera shows right after the shooting happens. Right?
Crapeau shows him an image of the person running back into the house as the Camaro speeds off.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
He admits that it was him, but says that he didn't see the suspect vehicle.
How did you not see that car as it's driving off?
Like I said, I don't be around stuff like these.
Yeah, I understand that, but there's a man dead now. So, if there's anything else about this, If you know who they were, if you know whose car it was, or anything like that, then you need to sit here and tell us. All right. So you got, in your mind, tell me what you think is the deal. What's going on? Why did this man get shot and killed out in front of the house that you're in?
I don't know him.
You got to have some theory or some thought about what's going on.
No. How would I have some doubt?
You got anything? At this point, we definitely need to interview the roommate's boyfriend, the guy that was taken to jail for the marijuana.
Five hours in.
All right, Rory, come up here and interview this guy with me.
The man the roommate's dating has been transported from jail to headquarters.
Doing all right? So, I need to talk with you about something that happened after you got arrested for the weed, okay? This morning, where were you at?
The hotel.
Okay.
When he came and picked me up, we were sitting there waiting on Red. Because he also got in the car.
Okay.
We sat right there. He hit the blood. I fell asleep. And wake up. I was saying, give me this and that, man. Give me this and that.
All right. So here's the thing. I don't care about the money, okay? That ain't what I'm here for, okay? And I don't know if you know why I'm talking to you or not.
Okay.
So listen, after you got taken to jail, somebody showed up at that house and shot and killed Red.
What?
We work homicide.
What am I really? I've been knowing him since I was little.
Right. So you don't know what happened at the house after you left? After you got taken to jail, you don't know what happened? Okay. Let me see a picture of that car.
Do you know what kind of car that is?
It's a Camaro.
Do you recognize that car as being anybody that you know of?
No. Not that I know of. I don't know anybody that have no Camaro. Swear for God.
All right, hang tight. This guy works at the Circle K. It's his co-worker's car.
Grapeau pulls up the doorbell camera footage of the silver sedan.
The roommate said the owner of the silver car walks to the house to get his car, but it appears that he had not pulled off yet. So maybe he's sitting in the car as the shooting happens.
So you want me and Jermaine to go interview him at the store?
6 hours in, detectives find the silver car owner at his second job.
I guess y'all partners.
Yes, sir. We're a competitor for door dance team together.
Okay.
We have dancers, personal dancers, whatever.
Okay.
And yeah, he got me on that Circle K, so we started bonding, whatever. And he went to like with his family. His family is very homophobic. And we moved with his friend, the one that he stays with now. So he just needing the extra money. So when I'm at work at Circle K, I give him my car. So we can DoorDash, like that.
Isn't the Toyota Camry that's in the back?
Yes, sir.
And then, at what point did he get your car?
So maybe about 7:30, 8:30. He just told me he's gonna come to the car. He go there. Give him keys, boom, he's fine. I'm just working, you know, he's doing his things. I got off at 1, so 12:45. So I called him, you know, see where you at, you know. So I go to my car. He said, you know, he's at the house. So my coworker dropped me off to my car. I pull up, police are still there. He beat me, and he gives my key. And he tells me that, you know, hold up.
He told you to hold on?
He told me to hold on, like, don't pull off. So I'm about to get my car, pull off, and head straight to work. So, you know, I'm in the car waiting.
While you were waiting, is the police still here?
No, they pull off at some point.
I got you.
I was probably on TikTok for, I want to say, about 20 minutes. I hear gunshots.
Where's the shots coming from?
The front of the house.
Who was shooting?
I don't know the guy. I've never seen the guy.
Describe that person to me.
Tall, dark skin. Dressed in all black. Maybe 25. Slim.
Do you remember where that person came from?
No. Because I never seen him come pull up. Yes, but soon he was already there.
The entire time that you was at the house, the person that's the shooter was also there.
I'm assuming.
Do you remember seeing any cars parked on the street, specifically a white car?
Could possibly. I don't think so, though.
Is that kind of where your car was parked at?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's me.
Nettles shows the owner of the silver car the video of the white Camaro.
So my question is, this car that's directly in front of yours.
Okay.
Did you see that car?
It possibly could have been there. I just don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I was on my phone.
I got you.
So he was shooting from the porch?
Yes, sir.
Like on the porch?
Like on the porch.
And do you know if you saw a picture of him, would you recognize him?
From a distance. Obviously, I wear glasses, so.
Do you know any of?
Nettles asks him if he knows any of the roommates' relatives.
No, I don't.
And you wouldn't lie for him to keep him out of trouble?
Oh, I don't want to go to jail for anybody.
Can I appreciate you? Thank you.
So let me get it right. So
this dude is basically saying that this person was there the entire time.
Gotcha.
It was a situation where somebody just pulled up and shot. Well, in talking to the roommate, the only person that he was reluctant to give us information on was Jordan. The only reason why Jordan's name had come up is because he had given us permission to look through his phone.
20-year-old Jordan Miller was born and raised in Mobile. After graduating high school, he left town to try to find work, but recently returned after learning his grandmother suffered a stroke.
This was his exact description. He said, tall, dark skin, wearing all black, about 25 years old. Dude is 6'1", 145 pounds, according to his driver's license.
The one on the lawnmower described him as having plaits. I wonder if that witness on the lawnmower can ID him. I think we need to show the witness a photo spread.
What's his name? Jordan Miller?
Mm-hmm.
Detective Graves will show a photo lineup to the eyewitness from the crime scene.
Hey.
45 minutes later,
What up?
Graves has an update.
I was like, are you 100% positive that the guy that you circled number 4 is the one that you saw shoot and kill the victim? And he said, yes.
Boom! The eyewitness has identified Jordan Miller as the shooter.
Bye-bye. We don't know why he would have shot this guy. I think he knows a lot more than what he's telling us. door. You want to go in here with me?
Hey, what's going on, man?
All right, man. Have a seat for me, all right? So you seem like you're a good guy, okay? But at the same time, I don't think you're being truthful with us, okay? So I want to give you an opportunity to start over and be completely truthful. You know, this may end up being one of the most serious things you ever face in your life. So do you think you can start over and be truthful with me?
Where you want me to start from?
Start from when you had started texting Jordan.
She called me screaming. So I already know she did about him and he really tripping.
He says when he learned the homeowner was going to confront the man he's been seeing, he feared for her safety.
So that's why I text like before he even made it to the house.
So he asked Jordan to come over and help keep the peace.
Just to be on the safe side.
Gotcha. So at what point did Jordan show up at the house?
The police was still there when he walked through.
So when the police left, what did Jordan do? Did he leave or did he stay?
So he stayed on the inside for the night. He was all, he was all talking. She said, I get all that, but I got some of it back. I was straight getting my stuff together. He asked me, was I all right? He said, what you finna do? Do you want to go with me? And I said, no.
He says they argued about his relationship with the man who they believe stole the $9,000.
Him and my mama didn't want me to talk to them about my whole situation with them. He told me we just gonna have to talk about all this later, and then he walked out the house. A couple of minutes after he walked out, we heard the gunshots. Just when we ran out the door. We ran out, Bree was on the ground.
Look at me. Did you see George shoot the guy?
No, sir. I didn't. We didn't see him. We just saw the car pulling out, and that was it.
Look at me. I see you're upset. Unfortunately, things happen and they have to be explained. And you've got to talk about it. So tell me, who did you see get into the car?
I saw him ran to the car. When I ran into the devil, I screamed his name.
And we talking about Jordan?
Okay. And obviously you saw Jordan with a gun, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this and be honest with me. Did you see Jordan shoot the gun at any point in time?
I did see him shoot the gun.
Okay. What side of the car did he get into?
The passenger side.
And be honest with me. We do our homework. Whose car was that?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
We just don't understand why. Did Jordan have any words with Red?
We don't know. Both of them was the only two I said.
And you heard no arguing or anything? No words?
When he walked up the door, I thought he was leaving.
Have you ever seen him with a gun before today?
I know you're upset, but I'm gonna be honest with you. You did the right thing because that's not on you. You know, I hate to say it. Sorry.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to get the warrants approved and get signed tomorrow. And then gotta find Jordan. And then hopefully when we catch up to Jordan, you know, that he will tell us what happened, what led up to the shots being fired.
The next afternoon,
I signed a warrant this morning for the arrest of Jordan Miller. So right now, officers have his residence surrounded. Hopefully we can find him. Let's do it.
detectives arrive at Jordan Miller's house. But only his relatives are there.
Yeah, that was. She's like, here's a look here.
Hey, I'm Sergeant Crapeau with Mobile PD. So Jordan's been identified as being the person who shot and killed that guy yesterday at that house. I'm so sorry. We don't know why this shooting happened exactly. And the thing about it, there's always two sides to every story. Have you talked to Jordan recently?
We don't know where he is.
Yeah.
If I knew it, I would go right there.
Yeah,
and
I
try
believe
to get
that.
a hold of him.
I believe that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
My kids are not violent.
Yeah, I believe that.
Raised them that way. None of them.
All right. Well, y'all hang in there. You got my number, okay? Call me if you if there's anything you need, okay? All right. All right. Y'all hang in there, okay?
As the first 48 ticks away,
No sign of our suspect. The task force is going to continue to look for him.
in the first 48, Mobile Homicide responded to the murder of 20-year-old Philip Red Glover, Jr., shot minutes after officers responded to a theft of property call at the same house. Found text messages in the homeowner's roommate's phone indicating that his relative, Jordan Miller, came to the crime scene before the murder. Interviewed an eyewitness who said the shooter most likely came from inside the house. And got a positive ID on Jordan Miller as the shooter, but still need to find him. Two days later.
So, Jordan Miller turned himself in. I got a call this morning from a defense attorney who told me that he was with Jordan and they were on their way to the jail. So he's currently in jail on the murder charge. Yeah, we really hadn't been able to establish a real clear motive on this case, but it may be as simple as when Jordan's pissed off because the roommate's getting taken advantage of by the guy that went to jail. He's pissed off about that. He knows that the victim is friends with him. So if Jordan confronts him, they get into an argument, and then, boom, Jordan shoots him. I mean, you just don't know what was going on in Jordan Miller's head when he pulled his gun and started shooting the victim.
And Red, his family's forever impacted by this.
What I miss most about Philip, he always had a smile on his face. He had a disarming smile. If you were upset with him and he smiled at you, you forget all about being upset.
Everywhere he went, he walked in and he brought light. He was our happy guy, you know?
What I miss most about my brother is him coming over to my house with his kids and we all getting together, you know.
Us playing around with the kids. Just having fun.
He has so much more life to live. So many more things to do. That he didn't get to even do with his own babies.
He's got kids that will do Christmas without their dad. He's got a brother and sisters. There'll always be something not there for them.
There'll always be that missing person around the table.
It's very difficult. And I think about him every day, every single day. There's a hole where he used to be.
Or a female? Kennedy inquired. I cannot tell anything right now, Dr. Berg answered professionally. The positioning is not helpful. We're going to search through all this to find what's missing and screen it. Because darkness was rapidly approaching, Dr. Berg advised that complete systematic excavation and screening of the ash layer should be conducted under full daylight the following morning. In the interim, detectives worked to contact the current owner of the property. Do we know who lives here? Kennedy asked. We went to the Tulsa property site, found his name, and got his number. Crime scene detective Ross Hall dialed the homeowner's telephone number. When? Hall asked if he could return to the house to assist officers. The homeowner became noticeably evasive, claiming he had abruptly left town and was out of the state. While Hall spoke on the phone, Detective Kennedy and Detective Ward stepped across the driveway to speak with a neighbor who had alerted authorities. Hello, Kennedy greeted her. Detective Kennedy, Detective Ward, Tulsa Police. Homicide. Hello, she responded. So tell me, just give me a rundown what happened tonight, Kennedy requested. My cat's collar was missing, and he goes over there all the time, she explained. So I was trying to find it. Me and my sister went over there and asked him, hey, can we look in your backyard? He said, yeah, go ahead. Latch the fence behind you. Would you knock on his front door or back door? Kennedy asked. No, he was leaving as we walked up, she noted. Okay, Kennedy said, holding up official driver's license photograph obtained from state records. And can you just tell me if that is the same guy you talked to? Oh, yeah, that is him, she confirmed instantly. He has lived there as long as I have been over here. He doesn't talk to people, he stays to himself. There has not been any problems back over there? No, never any commotion, she answered. Any gunshots or anything like that? No, it is pretty quiet over there, she affirmed. Right, okay. All right, thanks, Kennedy said. Stepping away, Kennedy discussed the situation with Ward. Man, we don't have a lot. I mean, we got a skeletal remains back there that looks like they have been involved in a fire. It looks like there is cranial injuries. Tomorrow morning, first thing we're going to get the body. She is going to have to do a thorough examination when it gets back to the medical examiner's office. Give us a little more detail. Right now, she says it doesn't look natural. What we will be doing right now is probably be going back to the office, trying to find some more information on this homeowner. Chapter 16, Squirrely Conversations and Missing Records. Back at Tulsa Homicide Headquarters, Detective Kennedy dialed the homeowner's cell phone directly to conduct a formal phone interview. This is Detective Kennedy with the Tulsa Police Department. How are you doing? Kennedy opened smoothly. Okay, what is going on? The homeowner replied guardedly. Well, we need to talk to you about an investigation that is going on at your house. Oh, what is the problem? Well, I would like to talk to you in person about it. Are you in Tulsa? Kennedy asked. I am, the homeowner answered, contradicting his earlier claim to Detective Ross Hall that he was out of state. Is there any way you can meet me at the detective division? Kennedy requested. No, not without more information, no. The homeowner refused flatly. Why are you at my home? Well, first of all, there was a body found in your backyard, Kennedy revealed. Directly. That is what I want to talk to you about. Okay, the homeowner responded after a long, strange pause. Was the body that was found? Is there any chance that that was Steve Wilkins? I don't know, Kennedy replied, his investigative instincts immediately humming. That is what I want to talk to you about. Steve was the one living in the garage when it caught on fire, and I haven't seen him since, the homeowner offered. Okay, well, what I would like to do is talk to you about Steve, if that is who you said was living back there, Kennedy said. If you don't mind coming to the detective division, we can talk. I am not comfortable with that, he declined again. It feels like it is like you have got a home field advantage. Well, no, I have just got an investigation that I have got to conduct, Kennedy reassured him calmly. I am just wanting to talk to you about what's going on. Text me an address. That would be great. All right, thank you. Bye. The homeowner ended the call. Kennedy set his handset down and turned to Ward. I think he is acting squirrely. As hell. No, he is super squirrely, Ward agreed. We don't even know that it is a murder just yet. Right now, his only crime is being shifty. He said Steve Wilkins because he hasn't seen him since the fire at his residence, Kennedy noted, entering the name into county and state law enforcement networks. A thorough search revealed no formal missing person report filed for Steve Wilkins by the homeowner or anyone else. The victim was identified in public records as 55-year-old Steve Wilkins. Born in California, Steve had spent time living in Oklahoma, Georgia, and Germany while his father honorably served in the military. He had relocated to Tulsa over 20 years earlier, working as a skilled baker and generously volunteering his time with neighbors along the line, a local community assistance organization. Steve was a proud father of 4 children and had 3 siblings. We're going to have to wait for a positive identification and get that. Kennedy noted, we're going to have to wait for Angela Berg to do her magic. Priority now is to talk to the homeowner, get him down here, and do an interview with him and see what he can tell us. 3 hours later, the homeowner voluntarily arrived at Tulsa Police headquarters to meet with Kennedy. Hi. Kennedy greeted him in an interview room. So we got called out to your address. Some skeletal remains were found. We found out that a fire had been back there in September, I believe. I believe it was the 14th, the homeowner specified with notable precision. I think it was a Wednesday. Neighbors came and beat on my front door. About 4 a.m. Right. They said, your garage is on fire. I said, oh. Shit. They said, do you have any idea where Steve is? I said, I don't know. How long had Steve been staying back there with you? Kennedy asked. About 3 years. How do you know Steve? Just as a neighbor who had run into hard times, he explained, stating that Steve had previously lived across the street before his family relocated 3 years earlier due to financial strain. Tell me a little bit about Steve, Kennedy invited. He wrote poetry, the homeowner described, and Steve was better spoken than most people on the West Side. Did you guys get along pretty well? We didn't argue, we didn't fight. So I guess so, he replied. Right. So this happened on September 14th, Kennedy proceeded. Prior to that, the last time you saw Steve was when? Earlier in the evening of that Wednesday, I saw him 6 p.m, the homeowner stated, alleging he had seen 2 unidentified white males visit Steve at 4 o'clock that afternoon. Steve indicated that they were not happy with him, the homeowner claimed. Why were they not happy? Kennedy pressed. He didn't say. Did you not say, what is going on? Why are they not happy? I made statements like that, and he didn't have any answer, the homeowner asserted. Did you give any of this information to the fire department? Kennedy asked, astutely. I don't remember if I told them that or not, he mumbled. Why? You didn't think that was suspicious? No, the homeowner claimed casually. I have just assumed that whoever had started the fire had scared Steve and he ran off. Kennedy looked at him squarely, his voice grave. Come on. I am giving you an opportunity to tell me what happened. If there is an explanation for it, put it out there now. If there were an explanation, I was very happy, he responded. So, you are telling me you had nothing to do with it? That is correct. Okay. Right now your property is in lockdown because we are exhuming the body from your backyard, Kennedy informed him. All right. You are free to go. After the homeowner departed, Kennedy shook his head in disbelief. What's your opinion? I mean, there are so many things that are concerning in that interview. You don't report a guy missing from September since your fire. And oh, by the way, you're telling me that he had some people that weren't happy with him, but did you tell the police or did you do anything to report that? No. I just figured he took off. I mean, this makes no sense. Chapter 17. The Sifting, the Shell Casing, and the West Side Rumor. Early the next morning, Dr. Angela Berg and her specialized physical anthropology team returned to the house on South 54th West Avenue, setting up fine wire screening mesh to process every shovel of ash recovered from the concrete pad. Within 2 hours, the sifting team made a crucial discovery. So they're out there sifting and doing their thing, and they found a casing. Kennedy reported to Ward, "It is going to be a 9mm. It is all corroded on the back end. It is like it came out of a Glock or something similar." And so far the anthropologist sees a gunshot entrance wound at the base of the skull. Dr. Berg's preliminary forensic laboratory examination confirmed that the victim had suffered a fatal gunshot wound to the rear base of the skull. "So now we know it is a murder," Kennedy stated plainly. "Now the thing we have to wait on is to make sure that that is Steve. More than likely they're going to have to try to find some dental records. So it could be a while before we have a positive identification." Just an hour later, Patrol Officer Darren Shipley arrived at Homicide headquarters accompanied by a local woman from the West Side who had approached his patrol unit claiming to possess direct knowledge of the homicide. "She has information," Officer Shipley informed Kennedy. "She is sick, running a fever. So I brought that for you, and I told her she has to wear one too." Kennedy donned a protective mask and entered the interview room. "All right, young lady. So it sounds like you know some information that could be helpful." She leaned forward, her voice low. "Tad Kleiner. They call him Taboo. A girl was over at our house talking about Tad's girlfriend. Talking about how Steve may have drugged her." She explained that days prior to the mid-September fire, a persistent rumor swept through the local West Side community, claiming that Tad Kleiner's ex-girlfriend believed Steve Wilkins had surreptitiously drugged her during a social gathering. "You know her name?" Kennedy asked, taking down the specific name provided. "So Tad's ex-girlfriend believes that Steve drugged her?" Kennedy clarified. "She doesn't know?" "Okay, so go on," Kennedy encouraged. "He got angry," she stated. "Tad did." "Yeah, they showed up after the fire. Tad and Mikey Brummett." She disclosed that on the night of the fire, Tad Kleiner, accompanied by Michael Brummett Jr. and a third unidentified male, had traveled to Steve's residence to intimidate him. "Paid who a visit?" Kennedy asked. "Steve," she answered. Kind of scaring him, whatever. But supposedly they beat him up pretty bad. They said they curb stomped him." "Who said that?" Kennedy pressed sharply. "Tad. You heard Tad say this." "Yes," she confirmed. "Specifically, you heard Tad say, the night of the fire, I curb stomped him." She added that Michael Brummett Jr. was brought in to dispose of evidence. Mikey Brummett, That is who they supposedly called in for cleanup. That is who started the fire. Mikey started the fire? Kennedy asked. Yeah. A lot of blood and stuff, I guess. He had bleach. They said that they bought him a ticket and made him leave town. Or, made him leave the West Side. I don't think they did that. I don't think they did either, Kennedy noted dryly. So, wow, this is crazy. Isn't it? Okay. So the night of the fire, had you seen Tad before the fire? Yes, she affirmed, noting that Tad had explicitly stated he was heading over to handle Steve. He's always got his little minions, she added. She provided the name of her boyfriend, who is currently incarcerated in the county jail, noting he was present when Tad boasted about the attack. Where is Tad at now? Kennedy inquired. He is moving to 8th Street. There is an RV, and he is going to stay there. Where is Brummett? Mikey Brummett is in jail, she answered. Thank God. For guns. We are all afraid of them. That is one of those sites you don't call police. All right. Hang loose here for a second, okay? Kennedy said, stepping out to brief Ward. That is a hell of a lot more than we had, Ward remarked. Yeah, Kennedy agreed. I mean, she is getting first-hand information from Tad. Direct. Kennedy pulled up law enforcement intelligence files for both named individuals. Tad Kleiner, 36 years old, was a well-known figure on the West Side with multiple prior convictions for illegal narcotics possession, unlawful firearm possession, and resisting law enforcement officers. Michael Brummett Jr., 39 years old, also possessed an extensive criminal record including burglary and drug offenses, notably state records. Revealed that 4 months after the fire, Brummett had been arrested while in possession of a .38 revolver and a 9mm handgun and was currently serving a 5-year sentence in state custody. The gun was .38, Kennedy noted. 4 months after the fire, Brummett was arrested for illegally carrying a .38 revolver and a 9mm and is currently serving a 5-year jail sentence. Well, he could have been the shooter. It is a 9mm casing. If her boyfriend cooperates with what she says, I think we are there. Chapter 18, Jailhouse Statements and the Identification. An hour later, detectives arranged for the witness's incarcerated boyfriend to be brought from the county jail to the homicide interview room. So, do you have any idea why it is we are talking to you? Detective Watkins opened smoothly. You know a guy named Steve? You know anything about a fire that happened over there? Well, why don't you tell me what you know? The inmate confirmed that Tad Kleiner had openly bragged about assaulting Steve. What do you mean by handled him? Watkins asked, listening as the inmate described severe physical violence inflicted on Steve inside the garage. The inmate identified the third individual present during the assault as 26-year-old Devin Scrivener, originating from Sperry, Oklahoma, who possessed no prior criminal convictions. He gives Watkins his login information. Watkins noted, logging into social media accounts to verify identities. He was bleeding from where? Watkins asked, noting the inmate's detail that Devin Scrivener had sustained a distinct, heavy cut to his hand during the struggle inside the garage. Watkins showed the inmate a photograph. Is that Devin? That's Devin, the inmate confirmed, providing the address of Devin's girlfriend on the west side. Watkins stepped out into the hallway to update Kennedy and Ward. Man, we just finished talking to him. He said Mikey was with them. This guy named Devin was with them. He said Devin was bleeding from his hand. So Devin is probably going to be one of the little minions the girl is talking about. Yes, Kennedy agreed. So far we got Tad, and I think we're good with Mikey. Brummett at this point. Yeah, because that is 2 people that put him there. But I still have to wait on the ME's office to give me a positive ID on who the body is before I can file charges on these suspects. Shortly thereafter, Dr. Angela Berg called Kennedy with definitive laboratory findings. By comparing medical antemortem diagnostic radiographs obtained from a regional hospital with the physical skeletal structure of the recovered remains, the state medical examiner's office officially established a positive identification. The remains belonged to Stephen Wilkins. Just got a call from Angela Berg from the medical examiner's office, and the remains have been positively identified to be that of Stephen Wilkins, Kennedy announced to his squad. She was able to get some radiology pictures from a local hospital and compared those to the remains, and they were able to make a positive from that. So plan today right now is just we are going to go find Devin. He seems to be maybe the younger guy of the group and hopefully the weak link. We're going to hit him pretty hard about some things and see what he will tell us. Kennedy and Ward drove directly to the residential address provided for Devin Scrivener's girlfriend on the west side. Approaching an individual outside the residence, Kennedy asked, "What's going on, man? I just need to talk to him real quick. I just need to ask him a couple questions." Like he really doesn't stay here, the resident claimed. He comes here with her every now and then. Are they around or are they got to walk around there a little bit? Kennedy probed. Oh, they're driving around, the man noted. What is it? It is an Escalade. Kind of a cream color, he described. Okay, all right. Well, hey, man, thank you so much, Kennedy thanked him. Appreciate it. You said a creamish Escalade. Kennedy and Ward spent the remainder of the day patrolling the west side thoroughfares, scanning driveways and commercial lots for the cream-colored vehicle. However, as the sun set, Devin remained elusive. No luck today. Devin is nowhere to be found, Kennedy noted. I will find him in our system. We will catch up with him eventually. Reflecting on the initial 48 hours, the investigative record was substantial. Remains discovered. Victim identified as Steve Wilkins, primary. Motive uncovered as a false rumor regarding Tad's ex-girlfriend, and 3 clear suspects identified. Chapter 19. The weak link unravels. 2 days later, patrol units located the cream-colored Escalade parked behind a residence on the west side. Officers secured the perimeter. Took 26-year-old Devin Scrivener into custody without incident and transported him directly to Tulsa Police Headquarters. Detective Kennedy entered the interview room where Devin sat, looking anxious and pale. "All right, buddy," Kennedy opened calmly, pulling up a chair. "So I am working a case that happened over there at South 54th West Avenue. There was a body discovered over there that—" "I heard about it," Devin interrupted quietly, staring at the floor. "Yeah, I heard about it. It is going to be a guy by the name of Steve Wilkins, okay?" Kennedy said, watching Devin's reaction closely. "You know that name?" "Familiar," Devin acknowledged faintly. "Obviously, we have been doing a lot of talking to people, and trust me, people are talking," Kennedy stated firmly. "And here's the thing. He got the hell beat out of him, shot, and you were there when that happened. I don't think you pulled the trigger, but you were with Taboo, you were with Mikey Brummett, and you need to tell me what the hell happened." Devin buried his face in his hands, letting out a long, trembling breath before speaking. Taboo came over, and he said that, "Hey, I need you to go with me and Mikey. We are going to go talk to this old guy," Devin recounted. "He say his name?" Kennedy asked. "No, he didn't. He said that there is some things that needed to be addressed." "Like what?" "Enticing girls over, supposedly drugging them," Devin explained. "So I went in, and it started out like we were just standing there just talking. And then Taboo, real aggressive, goes right up into his face. And just like that. And it is just like asking him this and that, and barely would let the dude even give an answer. And he just, bam, hit him. And I am just like, what are you doing? I am like, I thought you were just coming to speak with me. Like, what's going on? And Taboo was like, you just stay the fuck out of it. They just jumped him. Devin described Tad and Mikey violently beating Steve until he collapsed onto the garage floor. At this point, I am wanting to leave, Devin insisted softly. I am just this doesn't feel right. This dude was like I thought he had enough. And I am telling Taboo dude, leave him alone. It is. It is scary. Leave him alone. Something else happened, Kennedy stated pointedly. Yeah, what happened? I see Mikey over here. Taboo is walking back, Devin recalled. Walking towards you? Yeah, he just took a couple steps towards to leave, and then Mikey go. So with a pistol you indicated it was, Kennedy clarified. It was a handgun, Devin affirmed. And when I heard the one shot, I take off. Running. Kennedy leaned forward, looking directly at Devin's right hand, where a distinct, healed linear scar stretched across his palm. Let me ask you this. You cut your hand, didn't you? Kennedy asked calmly. If you did something, tell me now. Did you stab this guy? 2 times, maybe, Devin confessed, his voice dropping to a whisper. He came at me. The guy was getting beat up. How did he come at you? He lunged up out of the chair to take off, Devin claimed. But as far as it goes, I did more damage to my hand than I did to that dude. But do you think you had other options? Kennedy challenged logically. You think you could have walked away and not have been a part of this? And then, after it did happen and you were there, that you should have probably called the police and told them what happened. I was too scared to, Devin whimpered. Am I being arrested? I am not going to lie to you, okay? Kennedy said with solemn truthfulness. You are going to be arrested for first-degree murder. I need you, please, Devin begged, tears streaming down his face. Ida. This is a bad deal, man. I didn't do any of it, Devin cried out. But you are a part of this. Kennedy held him accountable firmly. I swear to. You. I want you to hang loose for a minute. We're going to go talk, okay? Stepping out into the hallway, Kennedy conferred with Ward. We need to get warrants. We will go pick up Tad because we're going to arrest him too. The other person involved in this is Mikey Brummett. Mikey Brummett is in Department of Corrections custody right now on a gun charge. He has got 5 years, so he is not going anywhere anytime soon. We are making headway on something that is 5 months old. We have come a long ways. Chapter 20. The confrontation with taboo and the illusion of justice. 2 days later, the Regional Fugitive Task Force located 36-year-old Tad Kleiner residing in an RV on 8th Street, apprehending him on a primary arrest. Warrant for first-degree murder. Brought into the homicide interrogation room at Tulsa Police Headquarters, Tad sat back in his chair, displaying a hardened, defiant attitude. All right, Tad, I am Detective Kennedy. Kennedy introduced himself, taking a seat across the table. I am a homicide detective with the Tulsa Police Department, okay? Okay. Last Thursday, we were called to South 54th West Avenue in reference to some skeletal remains that were found, and those have been identified now to be Steve Wilkins. He was murdered, okay? Long story short, your name has been thrown into this, that you were there the night that Steve was killed. No, Tad denied instantly, shaking his head. Well, here's the thing, Tad. I have already talked to Devin, Kennedy revealed, watching Tad's facial expressions closely. Devin put you there. I did not, Tad claimed aggressively. I didn't murder nobody. But you weren't on it, Kennedy stated. No, I was not. And maybe I don't know what your involvement is, Kennedy posed. You are fucking highbrow, Tad shouted, leaning forward menacingly. Well, you are being arrested for first-degree murder, Kennedy stated flatly. I don't know why. If you want to sit here and tell me what happened, because I know you were there. I know you were there with Mikey Brummett. I know you were there with Devin Scrivener. I think you went over there with the intentions to scare this guy and to rough him up a little bit because he maybe did something to your ex-girlfriend. I didn't go over there, Tad snapped. You were there, Kennedy held the line. You were there, and you were beating him, okay? I know that. No, I wasn't, Tad insisted loudly. I never beat that man. I never have to. That is all right, Kennedy noted. If you kicked him, why would he be scared? Of you? Okay, well, why does that make him scared of you? I don't hang out with people like that, Tad offered, shifting his narrative slightly. And naturally, I scared them off. So you said he was scared of you. Kennedy caught the admission immediately. Did you go over and talk to him and warn him to stay away from your room? Yes, Tad blurted out. Yeah, me and Steve, before I heard all this shit, we were friends. I mean, I got along with the guy. But then you heard this stuff about what he was doing, Kennedy noted. No. He got weird, like poetry weird, Tad rationalized absurdly. Like, I don't know. A guy don't write another guy poetry where I come from, you know. What I mean. And I had to check him a few times. I ain't going to lie to you. I did. And I never had to put my hands on him. So, what happened when you went over there and talked to him about the situation? Kennedy probed. If it got out of hand and somebody did something that you didn't mean for it to happen, now is your chance to tell me. I went over there and I told him if he put hands on the girls again, I was going to beat his ass out of town, Tad admitted openly. Right, Kennedy observed. And that is the night of the fire? No, I don't know about no fire, Tad claimed evasively. Kennedy shook his head, staring at the suspect with quiet disappointment. Man, I don't know what to do for you. I have laid it all out there. I mean, hell, you basically admitted that you have been over there and you threatened to beat his ass. Yeah, Tad acknowledged. And his ass did get beat, and it did get killed, and the structure got burned down. Kennedy outlined the inescapable sequence of events. I didn't kill nobody, Tad insisted defensively. I made my point, and he tried to deny the fact that he was touching girls. Pissed you off? Kennedy asked. Okay. Well, here is the deal. You are going to be booked into Tulsa County Jail for first-degree murder. What the fuck, man? Tad erupted, slamming his hands on the table. Yeah, Kennedy stated steadily. That sounds so bad. It is bad. It doesn't get much worse. I did not kill him, okay? For real. Tad pleaded as officers entered to escort him out. I know you were there the night he was killed, Kennedy concluded firmly. Okay, I think we are done. Discussing the interview with Ward, Kennedy noted, I mean, he does admit he went over there. He wouldn't say when, but he said some time ago and tried to kick his ass. But he won't go down the road of I was there the night with Mikey Brummett and Devin Scrivener, which we have heard from several people that he was. So he is going down for first-degree murder also. And then Mikey Brummett, our probable shooter, is now in Department of Corrections facility in Lexington, Oklahoma. So what I will end up doing on him is getting an arrest affidavit. Michael Brummett Jr. will also be charged with first-degree murder. He was arrested with a 9mm handgun. So we're going to do a direct comparison to see if that casing from the crime scene is going to be found in the same weapon. Kennedy paused, reflecting deeply on the tragic stupidity of the crime. I think that this might be a case of them doing some vigilante stuff. Supposedly, Tad's girlfriend is going to be who this whole thing might be over. That sounds like they had an opinion that our victim Steve Wilkins, may have done something to her that made Tad mad. We at least need to talk to her. Chapter 21. The Disintegration of the Myth. Later that afternoon, detectives located Tad Kleiner's ex-girlfriend, who voluntarily accompanied them to Tulsa Homicide to provide a formal statement. "Hi, my name is Detective Mark Kennedy." Kennedy greeted her respectfully in an interview room. "I got called to an address at South 54th West Avenue. There was some skeletal remains found back there. We have since identified those remains to belong to a guy by the name of Steve Wilkins. So, through the process of this whole investigation, your name was brought up, and in fact that you knew a guy who went by the name of Taboo. Tad Kleiner. From everything I have gotten so far from everybody, the reason why this guy was killed was for the fact that he supposedly did something to you." The young woman looked at Kennedy in complete, unfeigned astonishment. "I am not sure who this gentleman is, the Steve guy," she stated candidly. Kennedy placed a photograph of Steve Wilkins on the table before her. "Do you recognize this guy?" She leaned in, examined the picture closely, and shook her head emphatically. "Okay, I have never seen that man before. This is going back 5 months ago, okay?" Kennedy verified clearly. "Were you ever sexually assaulted? Were you ever harassed? Were you ever drugged or anything like that by anybody?" "No," she answered directly and unequivocally. "Well, why would people be telling us this?" Kennedy asked. "I think, sir, I don't know," she explained with a weary, sad sigh. "Everybody also said I had AIDS. That was going around the West Side. So, I mean, if I knew, I would help you. So this theory that everybody is telling me about is totally bogus?" Kennedy asked, confirming the absolute truth. "I mean, I don't know where they got that story, but I have never seen that man before," she reaffirmed sincerely. "Fair enough. Well, I guess we are done here," Kennedy said, standing up. "All right. Have a good day." "You too," she replied. Kennedy returned to the homicide squad room, leaning against his desk as he summarized the tragic revelation to Ward and the rest of his team. "She has no knowledge of what we are talking about," Kennedy revealed, his voice heavy with moral disgust at the lawless brutality of the perpetrators. "And she wasn't a victim in anything, and she knows nothing about it. Nobody else has come forward and said anything like this has happened at Steve's hands. No. Reports have been filed where he is a suspect, so I think it is just a case of bad rumors going around the neighborhood." Kennedy shook his head, offering a profound, definitive judgment on the case. They thought they were giving him some street justice, but for them to beat him to death and shoot him and then burn him is not their right to do. That is a sad deal, and it was very, very avoidable. Take care of yourself, man. You too. Take care. See you later. Epilogue: The Arch of Moral Justice. In the final analysis, the pursuit of criminal justice is far more than a technical exercise in collecting physical evidence, tracking mobile tower coordinates, or analyzing blue star reactions. It is a fundamental affirmation of human worth. Across each of these three intricate cases, we observe a common, enduring truth. Violence flourishes in the dark spaces of deceit, foolish pride, misguided street codes, and reckless disregard for life, but it cannot withstand the steady, unyielding illumination of disciplined truth. In North Charleston, the initial appearance of a cold-blooded parking lot. Execution unraveled into a tragic narrative of a foolishly attempted robbery, where a young victim's own disastrous choice led to his fatal self-inflicted injury, and where the driver's cowardly decision to scrub blood and conceal evidence converted a moment of traumatic self-defense into a serious felony offense. Detective Sanders and Detective Reams demonstrated exemplary integrity, refusing to rubber stamp a murder charge when the physical facts in the vehicle proved the driver was not a killer, while still holding him legally accountable for destroying physical evidence. In Gwinnett County, the senseless, cowardly ambush of Aiden Reynolds and John Pendrick, two young men with their entire lives ahead of them, was systematically unraveled through the tireless work of Detective Pearson, bypassing deleted social media accounts, repairing physically damaged cellular hardware, cross-referencing high-definition surveillance feeds, and analyzing geographic tower logs. Pearson meticulously dismantled Laquan Dempsey's elaborate web of lies, bringing accountability to a community shattered by gang-influenced violence and offering a measure of comfort to two grieving mothers forever bound by their tragic loss. And on the west side of Tulsa, where a peaceful, poetry-writing man was brutally murdered and hidden beneath the ashes of a burned garage for 5 long months, Detective Mark Kennedy and Dr. Angela Berg refused to let Steve Wilkins remain forgotten. They thoroughly exposed the absolute bankruptcy of street justice, demonstrating that a lethal assault fueled by senseless neighborhood rumors was nothing more than an act of cowardice executed by ruthless individuals who brought ruin upon themselves. The work of homicide detectives is demanding, frequently exhausting, and filled with the dark realities of human frailty. Yet, their unwavering dedication ensures that the truth is revealed, that victims are treated with honor and respect, and that those who choose to harm others are brought before the bar of justice. Through their rigorous labor, order is restored to broken communities, reminding us all that good will inevitably triumph over evil and that human life possesses a sacred dignity that time, fire, and deception can never erase. This program documents actual homicide investigations. Criminal charges are often dropped or reduced, and all suspects shown are presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law. The nocturnal quiet of North Charleston, South Carolina, was abruptly shattered by the urgent ringing of an emergency line. At the central dispatch console, the operator answered the incoming call. 911. What is the address of the emergency? 6 Rolling Fork Road, came the hurried reply, the caller's voice trembling with unmistakable fear. Okay, tell me exactly what happened, the operator instructed, maintaining a calm and steady cadence. Yes, somebody is outside banging on my windows and my doors, screaming for help, the caller explained, her breath catching as the shadows outside her apartment seemed to pull at her nerve. All right, an officer will get this back as soon as possible, the operator assured her. Across the city precinct, radio traffic instantly quickened. A patrol unit keyed its microphone to acknowledge the call. 342 dispatch, I am in the area now. I have a robbery call down. There is a lot of blood everywhere. Moments later, the first arriving officer reached the exterior hallway of the apartment complex on Rolling Fork Road. A trail of crimson was smeared across the concrete floor and walls, beneath a dark outdoor stairwell on the ground. Level lay a young man, collapsed in a pool of his own blood. Gunshot in his leg in the upper thigh, an officer radioed into dispatch, checking for vital signs. Pulses fading, still breathing. Despite the rapid response of emergency medical personnel, the young man succumbed to his injury before he could be stabilized. The scene was immediately turned over to the homicide division. 4 homicide detectives, their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they do not get a solid lead within the first 48 hours. Detective Reams received the call in the middle of the night, rousing him from sleep. Hey, I was asleep when I got the call, Reams remarked as he pulled up to the complex, adjusting his detective badge and surveying the blue flashing lights that illuminated the dark brick buildings. Inside the perimeter, investigators met with the primary detectives to go over the initial observations. We have got the deceased victim that is up underneath the stairwell here on the first floor, a detective pointed out, gesturing toward the shadowy space under the steps. We do not have an identification on him right now. He does have some tattoos. It looked like gang-affiliated tattoos. We will have to fingerprint him. What we are seeing right now is 1 gunshot entry in on the left leg at the inner side of the thigh. He lost a lot of blood. Probably was a femoral artery that was hit. The crime scene technicians began marking the physical evidence left in the darkness. A continuous blood trail led from the staircase, backing behind a bank of large outdoor dumpsters and continuing along toward a metal guardrail near the parking lot. We have a 9mm magazine to a gun here, one technician noted, illuminating a steel firearm magazine resting on the damp asphalt. So we have a magazine, but we have no gun, Detective Reams observed, peering down the dark slope beyond the guardrail. We checked all those leaves. I really think you are going to have to get a metal detector out here. Strangely, none of the residents in the surrounding units reported hearing gunfire. Nobody called in for gunshots, an investigator noted. Well, it could have been inside of a car, so why would anyone hear a gunshot? Reams reasoned, analyzing the geography of the parking area. Let us say he was in a car parked right there, and he is talking, gets shot, gets out of the car, and the person takes off. Nearby in the grass, right along the path of blood, technicians recovered a sleek black cell phone. It was a cell phone, a detective said, bagging the device carefully. It is. Possibly the victim's, due to where the blood is located. It is locked. Let us.
Just do a search warrant on it.
I will call Sam and he can come in and start running this phone and dumping its data. Potentially a lot of clues in the
phone.
Who was he talking to? Was he with somebody?
Was he doing some type of
transaction? We are just going to be trying to do old-fashioned police work and try to find out what happened. Detectives began canvassing the complex, knocking on doors to identify potential witnesses. Reams approached a couple living on the lower level near where the victim had frantically knocked. Do you recognize that gentleman? Reams asked, showing a secure photograph of the young man's face. I have never seen him before, the resident replied. Detectives spoke further with the couple who had placed the initial 911
call.
Did you all hear any gunshots? Reams inquired. No gunshots, the husband explained. I work at Publix. I have got to be to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, so I was sleeping. My wife was like, "Baby, it looks like somebody is in front of our door," the woman added. So we got a dead one out there. Do you mind if we see your door camera footage? Is that all right? Reams asked softly. She has got it on her phone, the husband nodded. The woman opened her mobile application and displayed the video feed from her
doorstep camera.
On the small screen, the figure of the victim appeared at 116 in the morning, staggering toward the door, clutching his upper leg, desperately pounding on the paneling before collapsing backward down the steps. Is that him? Reams asked. He is going up to the door where he has been shot, but there is like nobody chasing him. You know, nothing. All right, that is extremely helpful. And your camera is accurate on time, correct? Yeah, bro, the resident confirmed. I just don't know, Reams pondered, stepping back into the night air, like with nobody hearing gunshots, no 911 calls for shots fired. It is just
weird.
Something is not adding up. Nobody has seen him before. Scanning the exterior walls of the complex, Reams spotted several small white camera domes mounted high on the brick pillars. There is a camera right here on this building, Reams pointed out to his partner. Yeah, there is one on the pole, and there is like one on this building over here. Are these cameras with Verkada? I think we have Verkada at that entrance. There was indeed a city-managed Verkada surveillance camera pointing directly at the sole access point of the apartment complex. We will go for Verkada when we get back to the office, Reams noted. That is the good thing in our favor, is that there is only one entrance. Is the coroner going to be able to identify him tonight? It is going to be tough until we can figure out who he is, his partner replied. All right, I am going to head to the office, Reams declared. Within hours, the coroner's office processed the victim's fingerprints through the state database, yielding a positive identification. The deceased young man was 21-year-old Aurelius Siren Nelson Jr., known affectionately to his family and close friends as C. A native of James Island, South Carolina, C. was a young father who left behind a beloved 1-year-old son. Back at police headquarters, The digital forensics unit worked tirelessly on the victim's recovered cell phone. For the phone, we want to try to get this dumped as quickly as possible since we have no solid leads, Reams stated during a morning briefing.
This is going to
be pretty much our main lead right now. Simultaneously, investigators pulled the city surveillance records governing the apartment complex entrance. I am watching our camera systems, an investigator explained, reviewing the
digital timeline.
That apartment complex only has one entrance and one exit.
If
the incident occurred inside of a car and that car has blood in it, then we can nail it down to being involved in the incident. I am seeing if a vehicle leaves out just prior to the 911 call, and then if I can track that vehicle to attempt to locate an address or suspect. At 1:11 in the morning, that is about 5 minutes before doorbell cameras were showing him on the front porch. I am looking back right about here. That is kind of where I am looking.
See if I can see some headlights.
There is not a ton of traffic coming out of there. Suddenly, a bright pair of headlights cut through the gloom on the monitor screen. There is a car coming out. An officer noted, "You got a car?"
Yep.
It goes back eastbound on Rivers Avenue. The investigator tracked. Calling us? Yeah, it comes rolling up Rivers pretty quick. Let us go to another angle.
That
car, it is like a white or silver sedan. Is it an Infiniti? Let me see those too. Taillights again. Okay, yeah, I think that is it. Not able to identify the tag. I cannot make out the digits. Where it goes after that, there is no telling.
I
am willing to bet he got on the interstate. Reams examined the frame closely, noting a small security plaque posted near the apartment pool area. There is a security company phone number, Reams said. Actually, you know what?
Let me call them now.
He dialed the phone number listed on the post. Hello? A voice answered. Hey, how are you doing? This is Detective Reams with the North Charleston Police. He introduced himself. I am calling you in reference to the cameras. Your number was on a post on Rolling Fork Road in North Charleston, South Carolina. Yeah, Wheat Hill Place. Yeah, the security manager replied. Yeah, so we actually had a murder this morning in the parking lot near the pool, where there is a whole bunch of cameras on the building, Reams explained. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about, the manager responded. What time can I meet you down there to get the video footage? Reams asked. Probably close to 8 o'clock, the manager offered. Where do you want me to meet you at? The system is actually located in the closet by the pool. Okay, I will meet you there at 8. Thank you, Reams said. That is awesome. That will be a huge piece of it right there if we can get clear video footage. At 8 o'clock in the morning, Reams met the manager at the complex, exporting hours of high-definition video. I made it from midnight to about 30 minutes after you guys got here, the manager explained, handing over a flash drive. I did not look through all these hours. It is always better to have more video than less, Reams smiled. All right.
Perfect.
As detectives began walking toward their vehicles to return to headquarters, a young woman approached them in tears, visibly distressed. I am Detective Reams, he said gently, approaching her. She identified herself as C's girlfriend, stating she had just learned of his death through news reports and frantic phone calls from his family. When is the last time you talked to him? Reams asked. Talked to him last night, she sobbed. We started staying over here. She explained that she and C had been residing at a Stay Express hotel roughly 1 mile down the road. Yeah, I got up. He was sleeping, she recalled. Basically, I was with my friends, chilling, listening to music. He came downstairs around 1 o'clock or
something. Just got dressed.
Did he get a call or something? What happened before he left? Reams inquired. I am not sure. She shook her head. All I know is that he woke up.
He came
downstairs. He didn't even speak to me when he came downstairs. He just walked
that way.
He walked? Reams verified. Yeah, she affirmed. And maybe somebody was following him? Reams asked. Nobody followed him at once, she replied softly. Thank you, Reams said, offering his condolences before heading back to headquarters to review the pool footage. The team gathered around the monitor as the high-definition files loaded. It is good lighting, Reams noted. I think that is an Infinity. The car is not going fast. But I have got a problem. The cameras at the apartment did not capture the actual shooting itself. It was right out of view. Someone has got to have that license tag.
Come on.
No tag off of this camera. But I am very confident that the white Infinity is going to be the vehicle involved in the shooting. Then, after working for 12 hours straight, just when the team felt the investigation was slowing down, a dramatic turn occurred. Patrol officers out on routine sweep pulled over a Toyota RAV4 after observing suspicious activity. So patrol was out riding around, and they saw a Toyota RAV4. An investigator briefed the team. And there was somebody with a jacket, covering their head, slumped down going down the road. There were 2 other subjects in the car. The patrol sergeant went to turn around on that vehicle. Well, as he went to go stop it, it pulled over. 2 subjects got out of the vehicle and took off, running on foot. The vehicle has got blood all over it. The passenger, who had been slouched under the jacket, claimed to officers that he had been assaulted and kidnapped by the 2 men who fled. He stated that those 2 individuals accused him of setting up C to be killed earlier that morning. They had 2 suspects in custody, the investigator continued. Both of them claimed not to know anything. I need somebody to go talk to the victim down at the hospital. Okay, Detective Holly agreed. Go talk to the victim down at the hospital. See what I can get. Hopefully, he will have more information to provide us. At the hospital, the assault victim provided a stunning narrative. He revealed that on the night of the shooting, C had come to his apartment near Rolling Fork Road and explicitly stated he was planning to rob someone to get some quick cash. C then left on foot into the darkness. The victim explained that earlier that morning, 2 of C's angry friends came to his apartment, blamed him for C's death, forced him to call the man C intended to rob, and then dragged him into the Toyota RAV4 at gunpoint when the dealer hung up on them. So C said he was about to go get a lick? Detective Holly verified with the hospital witness. Yeah, the man confirmed, nodding weakly. He then provided detectives with the street moniker and identity of a known local drug supplier operating in the area. You know what he is on? Holly asked. Anything else that I should know? All right, thank you. Holly returned to the station to debrief the team. So that dude that she is talking to is saying he was talking with C. Holly reported. I guess he was talking about setting up a lick. He asked for our suspect. He had to jump on the victim, so it very well could be C's offense. Or they got into a fight, and he shot himself. Detective Holly immediately ran the named individual through state vehicle databases. The search returned a match, a white 2010 Infiniti G. 37 registered to the individual. It has a 2010 Infiniti G37, Holly declared, pointing at the screen. It is a white Infiniti. I think it is going to be this car in the video. I am just trying to find out where him and the car could be at. There is a bunch of addresses here that he has used in the past. We can go by all these addresses to see if the car might be there. Detectives dispatched multiple units to sweep the potential residential locations across North Charleston. Check the apartment right there, Reams radioed as they cruised through an older neighborhood. Check that white car. Is that him? I don't think that is him. That is a bad address. Yeah, but not anymore. Oh, hold on. There is a dude at a door. Over here. Get back in the house. That could have been him, bro. You see that guy at the door? Go in there real quick. No, that car could be anywhere. After 3 hours of exhaustive searching across the county, there was no physical sign of the white Infiniti or its driver. Just put out the request for information bulletin until we find him, Reams directed. He then called a colleague in the Tactical Crime Intelligence Unit. Dustin, what is up, man? Reams said into his receiver. What is going on? Dustin answered. I've just been out working some homicides, Reams explained. We believe we got a suspect vehicle. We think the shooting happened inside the vehicle. If I send you the flyer, if you can put it in a report. Yeah, I can alert the license plate readers, Dustin confirmed. Okay, awesome, brother. I appreciate it, Reams concluded. Meanwhile, the Digital Forensics Unit finalized the complete data extraction from C's recovered cell phone. And we have the victim's phone number, Reams observed, sitting down with the fresh printouts. Once it is done, we will be able to search through his phone. Type in our suspect's phone number. My bet is it is probably one of the last numbers in the phone that was called. Yesterday was a long day. Got a little bit of rest. We're working on it again today. Hopefully, we can get him in the car today. That would be great. The phone records yielded explicit proof of contact. Got his records back. Reams pointed out to Detective Sanders. His telephone puts him at the scene of the incident, at the time of the actual shooting. After the homicide, he goes straight back to Highland Terrace. The victim is messaging. They are messaging for 20 or 30 minutes. Yeah, he is probably trying to tell them where to go pick him up at, Sanders noted. examining the text logs. After the shooting, you probably will never see. Another number of his after the shooting. Well, you do. The last message at 1:21 in the morning is texting the victim. Probably saying, "Where you at, bro?" Probably trying to establish, "I didn't know nothing." A background check on the driver of the Infiniti revealed prior drug charges. He does not have a long rap sheet, Sanders reviewed. He got arrested in March by Berkeley County, got a $40,000 bond on drugs. Reams called the bail bonds company that had underwritten the suspect's release. "See if we can pinpoint where he is laying his head at night," Reams said. The bonding agency provided the full name and home address of the suspect's primary girlfriend. "Thank you." "All right. Thank you," Reams said, handing the address to Sanders. Detective Sanders, a sharp investigator who had been promoted to lead detective the previous year, took the lead on coordinating the contact. "I was next up in line, so I got the case when I came in," Sanders explained. "This is one of my first murder cases as lead detective since I came up last year. The other guys brought me up to speed on the case. We got good info on the potential suspect's girlfriend. I want to see if I can get her to come up to City Hall or to see if she can give us a little bit more insight into where he works, where he lives right now." Sanders and his partner drove directly to the girlfriend's residence, spotting her near her vehicle outside. "How are you doing?" "I am Detective Sanders," he introduced himself politely. "No trouble. Do you have a boyfriend or a friend or whatever that you talk to?" "What is your baby daddy's name?" She provided his name softly. "When was the last time you talked to him?" Sanders asked. "Every day," she replied. "Have you talked to him today?" Sanders continued. "I am going to be honest with you. You are the one I want to talk to. What is up? You are not in any trouble or anything. Can I get you to come up to City Hall and speak with me real quick?" "Okay," she agreed. "You all can follow me back to City Hall, and then we will go from there," Sanders said. Turning to Reams as they walked back to their unit, Sanders remarked, "She said she talked to him every day. That is her baby daddy. She talked to him every day. That is good to know." Inside an interview room at North Charleston City Hall, Detective Sanders sat across from the girlfriend, establishing a calm and gentle tone. "First off, I want to thank you for coming out," Sanders began. "We are investigating a homicide. So tell me a little bit about him. What type of person is he?" "This is your baby daddy." You got to take a breath. Nobody ever asks you a question like that. "I get it." She nodded, relaxing slightly. "Okay, what does he do for work?" Sanders inquired. "What kind of car does he drive? Where is he staying right now? Is he staying with you all, or is he staying somewhere else? You said you talked to him every day. Did you talk to him Saturday night or Sunday morning? Around what time? You know around what time he came over? Was it like early in the morning?" "Okay, so like 1, 2 in the morning." "What was your conversation like when he came over? What did he end up saying? Did he stay there with you that night, or did he leave? How long did he stay? Did he seem nervous or anything, or was he his normal self when you saw him? Have you ever known him to sell drugs or anything? Do you know him to carry a gun? You ever seen him with a gun? She answered each question carefully, painting a picture of a young man who acted entirely normal when he returned home early Sunday morning. Yeah, I'm going to just put this out here, Sanders said reassuringly. I personally believe that he is a victim in this incident, and, this stuff just happened to occur the way it did. So there was a homicide. Somebody got killed. Do you want to see if you can call him? I can talk to him real quick. Put it on speaker for me if you don't mind. She dialed his number. When he answered, Sanders spoke directly into the phone. What is going on, man? My name is Detective Sanders. We have an investigation going on right now. Your name came up, so I kind of need to speak to you. Honestly. North Charleston City Hall. What time could you be here? Approximately? All right, I appreciate it, man. All right. The suspect agreed to arrive within the hour to talk with detectives. However, mere 20 minutes later, an automated license plate reader on a nearby thoroughfare triggered an urgent alert. Patrol units in the immediate area intercepted the white Infiniti sedan and conducted a felony traffic stop. Step out of the vehicle. Put your hands up. An officer commanded over a loudspeaker. Right now, you are detained. All right? The driver was handcuffed and placed in the back of a cruiser while officers secured the vehicle. Hey, what about taking this video? An officer asked. I am going to start a tow sheet. We got to tow it to the warehouse. They said to not touch it, another officer added. They are going to tow the vehicle to the warehouse for us. She is starting a search warrant for it. Back at the station, Sanders learned of the traffic stop and sighed softly. He is not happy right now, Sanders noted. Damn, man. Bro, I literally just got off the phone with him like 20 minutes ago and told him he had an hour. Hopefully, he will do what he needs to do and tell us what we need to know. Sanders walked into the processing room where the driver sat handcuffed, visibly agitated. What is up, bro? Sanders greeted him calmly. All right, I am going to keep it a buck with you. We just talked 20 minutes ago. So, tell you how we got there. I had already put out a flyer with your car. I didn't have time to get in contact with them prior to them stopping you. So, I would say that is on me. I will take that. And I apologize for that, honestly. I will take the handcuffs off you, bro. Before we start talking, can we get through this form and then we will talk? Like I said, this ain't accusing you of doing anything, but I knew you was in the area. Need to figure out what happened. What you know. So let us go through this form. I just need you to read this real quick. The driver shook his head nervously, pushing the waiver form back across the table. All right, I knew this was going to happen, the driver stated firmly. I am going to get a lawyer, though. With the suspect invoking his right to counsel, direct questioning had to cease. Immediately, Detective Sanders returned to the briefing room to confer with Detective Reams and the supervisor. I don't feel comfortable making a charge right now, Sanders admitted candidly. What probable cause do we have right now? So there is communication between the victim and the suspect, Reams argued. They are meeting. You know that they got into the same car together. There is a shooting and that white vehicle seemed clean to see. And the person he met is the deceased. He has not come forward. Right, Sanders countered thoughtfully. My thing is, we don't know what happened. In that car, you got to be comfortable. Don't let us tell you. Who is to say he didn't shoot himself? Until we can get something clarifying, like what exactly happened in the car, we are going to search warrant the car now. Okay, fine. If it happened in the car, there's going to be blood because it was an arterial hit. Is there gun and blood in the car? I think there is enough there once we search it. I got the warrant signed, so I will be on the way, Holly announced, walking into the room with the signed search authorization. The crime scene unit towed the white Infiniti to the forensic processing bay. The goal now is to search the car, Sanders explained. If we are extremely lucky, maybe a gun or shell casing is in between the seats. Hope that there will be blood. Then if he says, I didn't do nothing, well, the blood is in your car, so explain it to us. Technicians illuminated the interior of the vehicle under high-intensity lamps. There is a hole in the driver's side door that interests me, a technician noted, pointing at an indentation near the lower panel. That could be a bullet hole. Could be old. Can we look in the compartments real quick and make sure there is no gun? What do you see under the seat? Holly asked. I am not seeing anything, the technician replied. He has had a chance to get rid of the gun already. We are about to do some Blue Star to see if we can illuminate any blood inside, Holly said, mixing the chemiluminescent solution. As the bay lights were turned off and the spray was applied, the floorboards instantly glowed a bright, electric blue. It smells like blood, the technician remarked. He clearly wiped up the blood in